Alright, continuing on with my barrage of videos this morning to catch up for the YouTube and Facebook page. Let's dive onto the AFC West. A tale of two teams who are on the rise, and a tale of two teams who have question marks all over the place. Fourth place, I got the San Diego Chargers. Oakland fans, you immediately perk up. I know, you're excited. They lost the key loss last year. Norv Turner is the head coach. Norv has done a ton for this organization. They've been first in offense, first in defense so many times, and the problem is they couldn't get to the playoffs. If they got to the playoffs, they couldn't make anything happen in the playoffs, and I think it's a team that had tons of talent. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the way Norv prepared them. Whatever the case might be, there's a new head coach in town by the name of Mike McCoy, and with him comes a whole new regime of coaches. And with if you've been following the videos, with any change at head coach, it becomes, especially a head coach and a whole new regime of coaches, there becomes a learning gap. And I hate to say that, but for Phillip Rivers, for Antonio Gates, for several people in the defense that have been used to one certain scheme, new schemes are coming in. You got to learn them, and you got to break the old habits. I think they can do it. I think this is Phillip Rivers' last chance in San Diego, and I don't think anything's going to work out. Plus the schedule, I took a quick glance at it, and for who they're playing, what those teams could be, I see San Diego maybe winning 7 games. It's not a favorable schedule for the Chargers, and the NFL definitely didn't do them any help. But it's the NFL. It happens. You deal with what you're given, and you make the best out of your situations. First round pick, I've got you with sitting there at number 11, and it's kind of hard to pick for you guys right now because you need help on the defense, you need help on the offensive line. If he's there, offensive tackle, I like Lane Johnson out of Oklahoma. Or strong safety out of Texas, Kenny V. I like him too. I've talked about both these guys in other draft positions. And I think it's going to really come down to who is available at that time. Maybe neither one of them is available. Maybe they trade out of it. Maybe they trade up. We just don't know what San Diego is going to do. They're not doing a lot of things in the media right now, which I do like. I love that fact. They did sign Danny Woodhead as well as Ronnie Brown, and I think that helps your running back core there a little bit. But again, these aren't like, wow, I can't believe that this person went here. It's one of those things that, it's a team that just doesn't jump out of you. Doesn't say, hey, we got a chance to do something this year. It's a team that says, hey, we are rebuilding, and it's going to take 3 years before we're significant again in the division, the playoffs, the NFL. Next up, we got Oakland Raiders. I got you finishing third. Be excited. Be happy, fans. Key losses, the only real loss I think you guys have right now is Darius Haywood-Bay. Great ads this offseason in Tracy Porter at cornerback and Matt Flynn. Great release, Carson Palmer. Hated the trade you guys did for him last year. Cincinnati fans loved it, and I think now you guys are starting to go in the right direction. Another high side, Dennis Allen came in last year promising discipline, promising a change of culture, and I think he's doing that. Last year on defense, not defense, I apologize, for most penalties in the NFL, you wasn't first. You was down there at number 10. That's a huge improvement for the Oakland Raiders, and I love to see that. I think you are on an upswing. I think you're getting better. The problem is that there's 2 other teams in your division that are getting better as well as we speak, and that's going to be the hardest thing for the Raiders to catch up with them right now. First round pick, you're sitting there at number 3, defensive tackle out of Florida, Sharif Floyd. I think he's going to help the D up, share the defense up there a little bit, and I think you guys have made great plays with free agency this year, and I look at second round, third round, I think you're going to try to go get another receiver that'll help you as well. So, number 2, I got to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. This is kind of a division that after the first 2, the last 2, I think most people can kind of sit there and figure out on their own who's going where, or who am I picking where. Key losses for you guys happened 2 years ago when Tim Tebow left Denver and Peyton Manning came into Denver. That's your key loss. So hey, nobody left your team that was a major key loss there. I love the fact that you signed Alex Smith. He's a really good game manager. I think you overpaid for Dwayne Bowe. You paid him top 5 receiver money. Last year he had 801 yards, 59 receptions, 3 TDs. He's only broke 1,000 yards 3 times in a 6-year NFL career. That is not a top 5 receiver. Why they paid him that much, I don't know. The great thing about the collective bargaining agreement, he doesn't pay out, you can cut him. The downside is if you cut him, you're not going to get anything for him. At that type of money, I don't think you can even trade him. Just a quick hit on his numbers. It was a 5-year, $56 million contract. He had a 15-year signing bonus, or $15 million signing bonus, and $36 million is paid to him over the first 3 years of the contract. That's a major hit on your cap. I hope this guy's a 1,400-yard producer this year. If not, you completely overpaid for him. The other good news is you're number 1 on the first round pick, which means you had a horrible season last year, 2-14. It happens. But this year you got the number 1 pick. I think you take that offensive tackle out of Texas A&M, Jokel, however you say his name, and I think he's going to help protect Alex Smith in a big time way. He can step right into a starting position, and I think it's great for you. The other good thing I like, Andy Reid bringing in a whole new regime. Now I know I just said with the Chargers, new regimes usually means a learning curve. Doesn't mean that big of a learning curve when you're bringing in guys like Alex Smith, who isn't part of that offense. He was a West Coaster. Andy Reid's a West Coast offense style coach. I think it's going to work out. Your defense, I think, will be fine. In fact, I think your defense is one of the strongest points of your game, and I think it's really going to all help out everything that you've done with Smith and, like I said, offense tackle Jokel and everything else. Jamal Charles could have a field day this coming year. That's going to be one of those great gems. If you can get him in the top 5 of your fantasy football draft at number 5, go pick up Jamal Charles. I love what he does, and now that he's getting an offensive line and perhaps a real team around him with a good coaching core, I think you guys could just do outstanding. I think he'll do outstanding. But I went against this last year. I said, no, Peyton's not going to be the same. Peyton's not going to be better. He's not going to be worse. He's not going to be Peyton. And I apologize, Peyton Manning. I will never go against you again. I will never go against what John Fox says again. You are the winners of this division, hands down, unless Peyton gets hurt. And then who knows what Brock has sitting there at second string, what he could be. Key losses, he lost to Elvis Dumervil. He went to Ravens, and that's rough. I like him on the defensive side. But let's talk about who you signed. You signed Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. Wasn't great in Philly. Nobody was. Nobody is. You signed Wes Welker. And Brady is ticked about that. New England fans ticked about that. I'm loving the way Denver looks today, right here, right now, on paper. You've got your 2 tight end set, Jacob Tamme, Joel Dressen. You got 1, 2, and 3 wide receiver, Wes Welker, Demetrius Thomas, Aaron Decker. Peyton Manning is going to have a field day, folks. He is honest to goodness going to have a field day. Elway brought him in, and I thought this was 2 old guys getting together, and it wasn't going to work at all. And again, I apologize, because wow, y'all are outstanding. You have done outstanding, and I don't know what else to say. I think it's also going to pay off big for Willis McGahee at running back. I think he's going to be able to there's going to be so many opportunities for him to run the ball and not have any major issues, because the defense is going to have to play, straight up. I don't even think you play zone against this team. If you play zone, man, he's going to pick you apart. If you play man, someone out there is going to pick you apart. That's going to be a team that's going to be hard to reckon with. They made the playoffs last year, and they did typical Peyton Manning, not going far. But guess what? Now he's got another year with this team, another year back in the NFL. He's just going to get better, barring any injuries. Your first round pick is at number 28, and I think you guys get a cornerback to pair up with Rogers Camardi, and I think he's going to be True Font out of Washington. I think he's going to be one of those guys that can stick around for a lot of years and just be an all-around good lifespan, good player type deal. So again, that's my take on the AFC West. Again, comments, quotes, suggestions, whatever, toss them down there on YouTube or Facebook, and love to read them. Look forward to it. You guys have a great day.